Hello guys, welcome back. We are on day 68 and we are finally starting vertical lines. I have no idea how this is gonna work, so be patient with me. I do not have the book in front of me, so we will not be going through any of the things that is written in the book for this last stream, and this is the last stream. And what I mean by last stream is that this is the last stream before I go on a holiday break. So it is also another short stream just because there's a lot going on, a lot to do still, and then this space is getting so overcrowded, so I'm kind of glad that this is it until after Christmas because I don't have any room. I am all out of room. Okay, so let's get started with the vertical line. Oh, I should just get a clean paper. I was gonna be lazy. I was like, no, I can do this, and then I'm looking at this. No, I can't be lazy. Ooh, look, orange. I don't think we've drawn on orange yet. So let's get the tape and tape this one up. I'm gonna make sure that it is even. It is straight to the desk, not the pile of paper underneath it. Yeah, so I almost didn't stream today. I almost didn't. Like, I can just, because of the clutter, and today's a rainy, cold day, so I'm just like, I want, and I jumped into bed to get, like, just to relax a bit and say evening prayers before streaming, and then I got so warm. I was like, I don't want to leave. It's so warm, but I have to leave because, like I said, with if I didn't have this streaming, it would be so easy for me to just be like, oh, it's so warm. But I have something that's holding me accountable. That was the main reason for this channel, was to hold me accountable, to make sure that I get the learning done in the time, in a reasonable amount of time, instead of like those wobbles which I've been trying to make for 2 years. So I'm doing infinitely better than I am with the wobbles. I'm gonna see if I can make this. There we go. I don't know if that angle's better. Right, you guys let me know if that angle's better or worse, because I think it's better, but I'm not sure. Okay, so we're gonna get started with a vertical. So what I need to do is I want to make a line that's this big, but broken up in the middle. It's weird. The noises being made outside right now are so weird. Hold on, that's not helping me at all. It looks like a bug. Hold on. I think there might be a bug here. Give me a minute. Okay. Okay. Enough getting distracted. I spent 4 minutes already. I don't have a whole lot of time, and I want to focus on doing this because I want to move onward. Things don't get interesting until like lesson 20, so. Oh, this is okay. I can see why this is gonna be harder. I'm gonna use an edge, I think. Let me get this lined up with the edge of the desk. And I'm not again, this is just to get the spacing between of the dots, to make sure that the spacing is the same so that it's going to be a straight vertical line. Alright, let's just practice doing straight vertical lines then. I'm gonna do the breaks. I just want to get used to doing a straight line right now. You can see why these instruments come in handy though. If you're not used to how straight, the vertical is definitely harder than the horizontal, I can tell you that much. Okay. I can tell horizontal I've always been able to do, and that's because I can literally make any horizontal, like, I can make a horizontal line with any orientation of the paper, just because of the weird way I write. Lefties unite. I know that's a Marxist call, but it's fine. Anyways, and yes, I'm learning about various different philosophies and social theories and stuff, so that's where that's coming from, just because I'm trying to be more aware of the thoughts that go through my head and where they're stemming from, because I never knew where they were from or who, like, what the meaning behind them were, and it's very interesting to get into. It's like, okay, where is, so the line, I'm lefties, I changed the line, but the line I was thinking of actually came from a very interesting anime I watched as a kid. But it's like, okay, but that actually has a whole entire philosophy surrounding it, which is, it's a call from, oh, it modernly stems from unions, but it's a call. It was a Marxist call. I can't remember from what specifically now, because somebody had been talking about it on YouTube. I was like, that sounds familiar, and I looked up and it was from the anime, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that's where it stemmed from. And so it's like, okay, so where are your thoughts, like, these things that come to your head, where do they stem from? Because these thoughts shape your worldview, and you should be more aware of them than just let them happen. Because it's interesting, you can actually control your thoughts. I know that sounds like it should be common sense, but it wasn't common sense to me. It's something I learned later in life, unfortunately. Because now I have, like, a really bad habit of just letting thoughts interrupt me, or, like, just coming to my mind and stuff, and I have no idea where they stem from. And like I said, it shapes your worldview, it shapes who you are as a person. So I have had years and years and years of getting this bad habit, I should say, getting into this bad habit. So I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to be more aware of my thoughts and where they come from, and where I'm getting my media and stuff like that. Which YouTube Shorts, I'm honestly thinking of getting a flip phone just because of YouTube Shorts. it wastes so much time, and I can be so productive or so very unproductive depending on how close my phone is and if I know where it is or not. So I'm really, really thinking of getting rid of it and just getting a flip phone, so I won't have that problem. And some people don't get addicted to the phone. Some people can use it like the tool it is. I am not one of those people because I don't know how, but they get me. YouTube shorts get me every single time. And like you said, it's not even shorts that are interesting to me. They're not interesting to me at all. And I'm like scrolling trying to find something interesting because I think, oh, there's something interesting, and it's not that the shorts are interesting, it's that the shorts got me caught my attention, and there was something that interesting that I was actually trying to watch, and I can't remember what it was that I was trying to watch. So I'm scrolling through YouTube shorts hoping that it'll eventually tell me what is it that I'm looking for, and it doesn't, because that's not its purpose. That's another reason why I've started to listen to things on Spotify and Audible versus watching things on YouTube, because there's no YouTube shorts on Spotify and Audible. And with Spotify and Audible, you don't actually need a smartphone. Alright, so this is not the way you're supposed to do the lines, but I'm getting my mind used to seeing how it's supposed to look before I start doing my own vertical lines. Which it wasn't that off. But yeah, I think this is just gonna kind of be, and since I'm only doing this for like a half an hour, well, not even, because I'm gonna stop at 30 minutes, so it's gonna be like 25 minutes total that I'm doing this. That should be fine. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go in between the spaces that I'm doing now, just to make sure that I can get to the 30-minute mark, because I'm doing these a lot faster than if I was freehanding them. And I'm gonna have to stop before I hit the end of the line, just because I don't want to see that curve at the end. I don't want to have that, or I'm going to start getting used to it. Right now I'm just trying to build up some muscle memory. And this is the intended use for it. It's so that, and I'm not going to be able to use these like moving forward when we start drawing squares and triangles and other shapes like that, because I'm to use these now to get used to drawing the straight and the vertical line, and then also the horizontal lines, which we're going to get to. We'll see how well I'm able to pick up on the vertical lines. And then there's also tests, so we will be going through the tests together as well. I didn't realize that. There's like a couple of different sections. So this book has no table of contents, which is fine. But it's split up into different sections, and I'm not really sure what those sections are. So I have been looking into the book. I've been trying to get a feel for how it's written and what's going on with it. The lesson I will have mastered the horizontal and the vertical line when I am able to draw these lines without the help of a ruler and using the correct hold of the pencil as he describes it in the book. And there's a couple of passages that I do want to go over that lent to my point of why I'm interested in wanting specifically to learn how to draw Christian art, and why I'm going to be focusing on Christian art. And not modern Christian art. It's I'll have to look up what the time period's actually called, but I'm looking into like 1500s. I think it's like the 1200s to the 1500s, like that time frame. I don't know what that time frame's called though. And then like the Renaissance era too, but I think the Renaissance is in the like early 1500s. I don't think it's expanded to the entirety of the 1500s. I'll have to look at that as well. But that is why I would like a podcast or a book that talks about this stuff. So I am still looking for any recommendations you guys might have on that, as well as any critiques you see of my drawing. Because that would be nice to like have stuff that I can focus on and everything. Which I do look at what it is that I'm doing and then look back at what the book says and stuff. So I do have that at least. And I did say that we are going to be working on master copy artwork, and that's going to be as soon as I get on to the shapes or shading. I think let me look at it again. I think the shapes are what I need. I don't think the shading's what I'm going to need to do. I think it's just once we get into doing the houses and stuff. But I'll have more time to read up and stuff while I'm taking this break from streaming, which, as I said, I will be uploading the work that I'm working on, which is going to be vertical lines, but they will be posted on the community posts, again, more for accountability than anything else. And who knows, maybe I'll be able to figure out how to do a thumbnail, so then we at least have a nice thumbnail instead of whatever part of the video YouTube decides to use as a thumbnail. I don't think this was straight. Or one of these lines wasn't straight. I'm not sure what one it was. This one's straight though. So from here forward, the spacing should be good. And I know it doesn't seem like this is going to help me, but it does. Because it gives my hand something to work off of, because I'm able to get that I think Sketchbook School was saying it, the synopsises in your brain. So I'm able to like start making those, right, to make the vertical straight lines on my own. But I'm using the tool to help create the synopsis to get to that point. Now I'm trying to make sure that I'm straight to the edge and not straight to the lines, even though I should have been straight. Something happened to where I'm not straight anymore. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So I'm probably going to have to do a couple more days where I'm using the ruler before I can get to the, well, a couple more days. Honestly, it's going to take like an hour, 2 hours to do this. So we'll see how the break leads. Maybe because I'm not streaming and I can do this literally at any point in time during the day, I might have more time. I have still been working on the sketchbook. It's more like I said, a journal than anything else right now. No, and I haven't been working on my correspondence and writing. Unfortunately, I've not been doing that. But this is okay. We're doing this. There's a season for everything. I shouldn't say that. There's not a season for everything. That's wrong. But there is different seasons in life, and different seasons allow you to do different things if that's what needs to happen. Like, I used to be athletic, extremely athletic at one point in time in my life. And now, the most I do is my walks with my dog. When I say athletic, I mean I would do Spartan races, I would compete in different tournaments for different things. Like, I was athletic. I was out, I was active, doing things all the time. And now I just walk my dog. That's the most I'm outside now, unfortunately. It's not gonna always be like that, but that's just where I am right now. And some of it has to do with my neuroses. My various different ways of thinking about things that is not very accurate, but I don't know why the spaces in between got smaller and smaller, but it did. Probably because I'm like, I need to get to the end of the page, and I'm like, oh, but I'm almost at the end of the page. I could be doing so many more lines. Then it's also kind of easier to make sure everything's straight. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a community post tomorrow just because that's travel day and I'm not exactly sure how that's going to look. So, depending on how everything goes in the morning, there may or may not be a community post. I'm sorry, I can't be a little bit more committed. Okay, well, that's it for that line. Moved the ruler and I'm not going to try to get it back and mess everything up because I'm getting the visual of what everything should look like and I'm creating that mind to hand synopsis. That wasn't very straight. I gotta make sure. There we go. Like, I really gotta make sure I'm straight before I move. What's fun is with these lines, your elbow is supposed to be. Whoops. That was my bad. I moved the ruler. It's supposed to be as far out as possible, so my elbow is no longer fighting with my torso to occupy the same space, so that's nice. I think I can get a couple more lines in before we call it a day. I just want to thank everyone for joining me and who's been supporting me so far. It's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying this. The more I learn, the more I'm actually really glad that I decided to take the drawing portion seriously instead of just camming it, because I could have. But there's a lot to learn when learning how to draw, and there's a lot of different methodologies and different ways of looking at it. Stuff like I said, the math to me is going to be the funnest so far. Is the most fun because I really do like math, and I haven't had a reason to use it since I stopped taking the classes. Because it's only important for class. It's but there's so many different things that use math, like art. And what's really cool is this guy talks about how art is just a way. This looks like rain over here. Is just a way of looking at nature and Oh, I wish I could talk the way he did, or at least have the words that he has. I'm gonna mess this up, but basically it's a way to recreate nature. And it's a way to view nature differently than how you normally do. I want to do a couple more lines before we end today, because the more practice I can get in, the better it is for me. Oh, the rain stopped. I love listening to the sound of rain. It's extremely calming, but it's also extremely relaxing, and it gets you really tired. But sitting on a nice comfy sofa with your blankets all wrapped around you, with a nice cup of tea, is one of the best ways to spend a rainstorm. I think this is right. Yeah, okay, this is okay. Yeah, we're just gonna end it with that, I think. So, tomorrow I'll probably use the tool for half of what I do, and then if I am able to draw. So I'll use the ruler for half, and then the other half I'm gonna do freehand with the checking of the ruler. I'll do the dots, check that the dots are lined up with the ruler, and then I'll draw a straight line without the ruler. So that's how I'll be doing it. And then I'll phase out the ruler from there. So that's all the time I have for today. Unfortunately, thank you guys so much for your support and your help. I will not be able to do this without your support, so thank you. And I will be back streaming on the 26th of December. Until then, I will be at least uploading not video, but definitely a picture of what I worked on, to kind of again be that accountability. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, and until next time, bye.